Namaste to everybody. Let me be very candid. I don't know why I'm here and how do I serve this purpose. But we politicians have an habit. Once given a chance to come on mic, we don't lose that. अच्छा अच्छी इंग्लिश भी अच्छी नहीं आती है, हिंदी में भी थोड़ा थोड़ा बोलूंगा, चलेगा ना? So can I speak in English and Hindi? And about Marathi? Okay, my mother tongue is Marwadi, so I'll try to speak that also. The whole idea is to communicate. Actually, I thought that I'll speak something on the presentation here, but then when I walked in and met many of you, I thought I'll leave the league and talk and permit me to leave the league. I have 30 minutes? Yes, I'll try to be precise in 30 minutes. What happened is, all of a sudden I went into a trance and I went 10,000, 15,000 years back. Ek 15,000 saal, 25,000 saal, I don't know what, maybe a lakh year back, few lakh years back. And I was sitting 2 minutes in the meeting room number 2, thinking that, okay, what should I talk? And then you have your team briefing you, na, saab ye political system nahi hai, yahan pe jindabad, murdabad nahi karna, you have to speak something. They are trying to brief me, do's and don'ts. And I was in a trance, so they never knew that I'm not listening to them. I was trying to think about myself. And all of a sudden, a thought came to my mind. And the thought was, when there was no communication language, जब कोई भाषा नहीं थी, कैसे बात किया होगा? Try to close your eyes and think, let us go back 20 lakh years back, 30 lakh years back. And first time the mother would have called a child, and the child would have understood the signal, and he comes. I think that was the first revolution in the human mankind where there was a communication which took place, and the child comes to the mother. क्या खुशी का आना, मतलब जो अनुभव होगा ना माँ को, वो अनुभव कितना बड़ा होगा कि the child has responded to my feelings. I think that was the first thing, the gesture which came in, the sign language which came in. Then we come down couple of thousand years down here, and then we started analyzing as a human being, there is a side effect. Even if I try to call like this somebody who is watching down in his app or mobile or something like that, will not be able to communicate with me. And the child was addressed by this mother as beta or beti, or the child would have called his mother as ma. I think the second barrier, the first barrier of communication where you do have to be in front of each other would have been broken. And that was the biggest revolution in humankind now that time, is that there was a communication. Somebody uttered a word and that word was understood by the other person. Knowledge started coming down. I further went down when my team was trying to brief me what I have to speak here. And I thought that the third revolution would have been the first time when somebody wrote something and it was read exactly like the same thing by somebody else. जब पहला अक्षर अ का invention हुआ होगा, when the letter A or A would have been missing. That would have been the third revolution probably in the mankind. That you write and the generations after you, those who have not seen you, तुलसीदास कुछ लिखते हैं और हम उस तुलसीदास की पुस्तकों को पढ़ लेते हैं. Shakespeare writes something and we read that, we get excited by that. I think the best revolution in humankind would have been internet probably. You think right now, you write it, and it's there for the thousands and thousands of people. Millions of people can listen to you. And probably that revolution, maybe down the history, we will be lucky ones who could tell our children that we were part of this revolution. I feel very much, I thought I'll just share these 2-3 minutes with you, which is not a part of my discussion, but this came up. As a part of BJP, we were thinking of that, something to be done to release this country from the pains which we are going through the earlier region. I know that this is not a political thing, but we were going through this. And in 2010, we thought that how do we bring our thoughts in the marketplace, the common man? And we were trying to just think about this, and then we thought that India had a fantastic republic called as Likvi Ganrajya in 400 BC. The first time the seeds of democracy were sown near Patliputra, which is now the current Patna, a place called as Likvi Ganrajya, and they used to communicate on the bills and all this on the way by waving their hands, and that was the part of democracy. That was the communication which was there. In the modern history, if you read Mein Kampf, you see that Hitler used a medium which was never used before by any political leader, and the medium was paper. He printed thousands of pamphlets, threw them in the marketplace, चौराहे पे फेंक देते थे, and people should just pick it up because it is written. They should think that it is true. It was a novelty. Nobody had seen paper that time, so people should touch that paper, feel something different, and that became a buzzword. And then we know that how popular he was, and he was there. Then the communication medium in a political scenario changed in 1959 when first time John F. Kennedy used television. Everybody laughed at him. Will televisions get you any votes? We know the history. He won. Not only he won, he became a statesman. We all refer him. We remember him. There were other incidences, but the one big which we should not miss is the Barack Obama's use of social media in 2008. And in 2010, when we were talking about how do we face 2014 elections, we thought we should build up something on that. And we came out with a theory called as 7I theory. How many of you have heard about 7I theory of Bharatiya Janata Party before this? None. So this is what we thought, and this is what I think probably is the first forum where we'll be leaking this, what we went through our minds in this. Certain inputs which we wanted to discuss, and we always discuss, is this: we are a country of 125 crore people, we have 89 crore plus mobile users, we have 15 crore plus internet user, we have somewhere around 90 million people on Facebook, that is 9 crore people who are there, we have got people who spend internet time, we had all this kind of data, this consultants who are there, the smart people, Rama is here from NASCOM, they all provide us this kind of data regularly, so we get this. So we had these inputs with us. Now how do we use this was the question, and how does it relate with today's forum, the retail forum? We were thinking about, okay, what do? We do with the gesture, we do with the paper, we do with social media, what do we do? So we were trying to finalize what is the communication channel. Everybody in the party was trying to identify that communication